Good afternoon. Here's the national news from BGI TV, Baba Bagede Imo TV. I am Morire Rabila Lawal. First are the major headlines for the national news. Osun community laments recurrent flooding, seeks government intervention. AGF to file the fresh charges, insists Nnamdi Kanu discharged, not acquitted. Gunmen invade Ebonyi community, kidnap many, injure others. Still on kidnapping, resident of 3 Kwara communities desert homes. Soldiers reportedly storm Enugu community, burn houses. And lastly, CAF Champions League, Rivers United arrive Morocco for wider clash. Now the news in detail. A year and 5 months after Daily Post reported that residents of Koju Form community located on the Osogbo-Ikirun Road expressed anger that the construction of the road was causing an untold hardship as a result of flooding, they have complained that the issue persists. Also, in July 2022, residents of the community cried out that despite several pleas on the effect of flooding caused by the Osogbo-Ikirun Road project, nothing has been done by the state government to ameliorate the situation. In a fresh plea, they insist the issue persists as a result of flaws on the part of the contractor handling the Osogbo-Ikirun Road. Alade Ogundare, chairman of the Landlord Association, and other community leaders had revealed in May 2021 that the Osun state government was aware of their predicament. According to them, the Commissioner for Works, Oluremi Omowai, and his team visited the community in February 2021, where they promised that the state government would immediately come to the aid of the community as soon as possible, especially as the rain season was about to begin. 3 months after the visit by the commissioner, they explained that nothing had been done. A resident, Taiwo Olusesi, stated that it had been a nightmare having to cope with the level of flooding that had overtaken their area. According to her, when this happens, it brings about sorrow for us residents. The decision to construct the road is good, but the drainage part of the road construction has been badly executed. Moving to the next story, fresh trouble may be in the offing for the Biafran nation agitator Nnamdi Kanu, as the Attorney General of the Federation, AGF, and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, clarified that Kanu was only discharged and not acquitted. Malami dropped a hint on Thursday in his first reaction to the Court of Appeal verdict, which on the same day quashed the terrorism charges against Kanu on grounds of his unlawful abduction from Kenya to Nigeria. A statement from Malami's office read, "The Office of the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice has received the news of the decision of the Court of Appeal concerning the trial of Nnamdi Kanu. For the avoidance of doubt and by the verdict of the court, Kanu was only discharged and not acquitted. Consequently, the appropriate legal options before the authorities will be exploited and communicated accordingly to the public. The decision handed down by the Court of Appeal was on a single issue that borders on rendition. Let it be made clear to the general public that all the issues that predate rendition, on the basis of which Kanu jumped bail, remain valid issues for judicial determination." The statement was released by Malami's Special Assistant on Media and Public Relations, Dr. Umar Jibrilu Gondu. Moving to Ebonyi State, some gunmen have invaded Obiago community in Ishielu, local government area of Ebonyi State, kidnapping undisclosed number of people on Thursday night. The Punch report that suspected herdsmen on March 29, 2021 invaded the community and killed 17 persons. However, despite recovering the phone of one of the invaders, no one has been arrested till date in connection with the attack. Meanwhile, sources from the community told our correspondent that Thursday night that the invaders who laid siege along the community's only access road abducted people returning home. The attack, it was guided, also occurred at the same spot where the unsuspected herdsmen had attacked and killed 17 persons last year. A resident of the community who gave his name as Clement Ngele told correspondent that one Cyprian Aja, a teacher in Union Secondary School, Obiagu, who escaped, was badly injured. Moving on to the next story in Kwara State. Following the incessant cases of kidnapping, residents of 3 communities in Alagbado area of Ilorin the capital of Kwara State, have fled their homes. The Alagbado communities, which have been under intense attacks by suspected kidnappers in recent times, are Asheyori, Alubarika, and Lenibioro, Phase 2 and Phase 3, all situated behind the popular Sobi Specialist Hospital, Alagbado, Okelele, Ilorin. Leadership recalls that within 1 week, 2 residents of the areas, one Alpha, Aribidesi, and a woman, both traders, were traced to their houses and killed by suspected kidnappers during struggles to start off the abduction of their children. The kidnappers, however, succeeded in kidnapping 2 daughters of Aribidesi and later demanded for 10 million naira. The victims, it was gathered, later escaped from the bush when the captors slept off. Just this Wednesday, the kidnappers struck again and abducted 3 children in the troubled Alagbado area. Leadership gathered that pockets of kidnapping cases are a court in the area, but the relations of the victims refused to report such cases to the police. In most recent cases, the relationship of the victims gathered money to pay to the kidnappers to secure the release of their loved one from captivity. From Kwara State, we go straight to Enugu. Soldiers have reportedly invaded Mbowo, a community in Agu local government area of Enugu State, burning houses, an incident that has caused tension in the area. No reason has been given for the invasion, even as no fewer than 5 residential houses were reportedly burned by the soldiers. A resident of the community, Clement Ogbonna, told Sarah reporters that the villagers were woken up by the sound of gunshots, which he said fell on roofs like raindrops. Ogbonna said the soldiers entered Amaite village in Bowo through a girls' secondary school there and were shooting indiscriminately. While the villagers ran helter-skelter, the soldiers moved to Urolo premises in Okiegu hamlets and burnt buildings. After burning down the building in Okiegu hamlet, they moved to Ogudu hamlet, burned 3 houses before moving to Isingo. As we speak, the soldiers are burning houses in Isingo. You can smell the smoke, says the resident. In the last 2 weeks, there have been attacks on security checkpoints and no less than 10 people, including security personnel, were killed. About 2 years ago, same Isingu was invaded by troops of the Nigerian army who also bombed houses during the attack. In case you're just joining to watching the national news from BGI TV, the last story is from the sports. Nigeria Professional Football League champions Rivers United have arrived in Morocco ahead of their CAF Champions League first round, second leg clash against Wydad Athletic Club. A 35-man contingent consisting of players and officials of the club arrived at Mohammed V International Airport late Thursday night after a brief stopover in Cotonou, Benin Republic. Rivers United head into the game with a 2-1 advantage from the first leg. Sunday's encounter will hold at the 67,000 capacity Mohammed V Stadium, Casablanca. The game will kick off at exactly 7 p.m. Nigerian time. Nigeria's other representative in the competition, Plateau United, will go up against Esperance of Tunisia on Saturday. That wraps it up for the national news this hour. Before we go, some major headlines. We brought to you Osun community lament recurrent flooding, 6 government intervention. Also, AGF to file fresh charges against and insist in Nnamdi Kanu discharge, not acquitted. And lastly, CAF Champions League, Rivers United arrive Morocco for Wydad clash. For more updates of our broadcast on YouTube, our handle is Babagede Imo TV. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell, select option all to access our broadcast. On Facebook, Bagede Imo with Alawiye Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. On Instagram, Bagede Imo _22. For advert placement of your goods and services, coverage of events and function, please dial the phone number streaming on the screen for advert placement only. Thank you for watching. I am Moriwe Rabila Lawal. Jumat Mufida to all faithful Muslims all around the world.